This is the M Zone.
And welcome to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Laughlin on the other side of the glass, doing the ones and twos. And you got Big Sweet Larry Lee over in L.A. Stands for Larry. Really? Wait a minute. Are you still in L.A. or are you in San Diego?
Yesterday, I was in San Diego because it was my grandson's birthday, who just turned 5.
That's cool.
And I was planning on doing the show yesterday, but when I got with my grandson, he was all over Grandpa and playing. And then I tried to get into a private little room. He wouldn't leave me alone. So I had to call, man. Thanks. I said, Jamie, man, my grandson won't let me leave, man. We're having too much fun together. So thanks for yesterday. How'd it go yesterday?
It went good. It went really good. We try to break down. I mean, look, try to break down that what we call the Super Bowl. Larry, I got to get your impressions. It's not the worst Super Bowl, though. It's not the worst game. We're used to blowouts in Super Bowls. We're used to good games with high scoring, but the defense. Right. Back when I was coming up in the early 70s and into the 80s and then into the 90s, we had games like that. We had games that were, somewhat competitive, getting after one another. It just wasn't high and nobody's catching passes. You know what I'm saying.
Right. Usually when it's a defensive type game, that's when they call it boring. That's when they call it. But those two defenses were playing, going at it a little bit and ended up in field goals there for a while. Then finally there was
everybody hated it. They didn't like the field goals.
Yeah, in the tradition of sports or football the way it is now, they want to see touchdowns and all that kind of stuff. But they still represent it, man. It was a defensive game, and that Seahawks defense did their thing. Both defenses did okay at first, and then I think that schedule and all that kind of caught up with New England. They showed the real them came out, and then. And then Seattle
having a rookie at offensive tackle. That's good. Larry. I should have said it all boils down to where Larry plays in the zone of football. It's all about the offense and defensive line. And
always
exactly.
That left tackle, the left side of the line.
Will Campbell is going to be a real good tackle someday. I'm not saying yesterday or the day before. He is a rookie. I don't care if nobody says, oh, he ain't no rookie no more. Yes, he is. When he's playing in the Super Bowl, he's a rookie in the Super Bowl. So don't give me none of that because you're shaking and quaking in that Super Bowl. And he went against, on the opposite side, DeMarcus Lawrence.
It goes to show how important the offensive line is, especially that left tackle. So when you do have a boy dog out there, that a veteran kind of guy, it makes all the difference in the world. And as a veteran as a rookie offensive lineman, I remember there was an adjustment. Like my come to the NFL moment was in a preseason game, our second preseason game. I ended up starting as a rookie and against the Raiders. And I break the huddle, and I'm walking up to the line going, there's John Matuszak. There's Lyle Alzado.
Right, yeah.
Oh, boy, this is the real deal. I'm in the NFL now. So, but the other thing about it, though, Jamie, that made me a little bit more confident was that in college I was a 3-4 year starter, right?
Right.
So a lot of the guys I went against in college were 2 or 3 years older. So now I'm seeing them in the NFL again because I played against them because I started as a youngster. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that new to me, and it made me say, okay, my sophomore year, I played in the Fiesta Bowl against Dan Hampton. Right. Now I'm going to go against Dan Hampton at the Bears. That's the same Dan Hampton I played against, Arkansas. So it wasn't that big of an adjustment for me. But if you didn't play much in college, or you was a starter your senior year, and now you're starting on the NFL level, there's quite a bit of an adjustment. There really is for offensive linemen.
Right, look, it is an adjustment, and look, you still ain't getting enough football. These young kids nowadays, they ain't getting enough football. They come out and, Will Campbell came out his junior year. Maybe he should have kept that senior year, you know what I'm saying? Instead of coming out that junior year. Instead, I get it. The money draws you. I mean, he was what? Just a little? No, he was right there in the NIL era, so he could have stayed in there, made some pocket change, and then came out. But he wanted to look at. Maybe he looked at it. I want to be with the Patriots. They got a good pick in Drake May, and Drake May can ball. So I want to go block for him. I mean, look, he's a rookie. And they're going to pick on rookies. I don't care what you are. If you're a rookie, they're going to get you.
That's right. And McDonald, he was calling the defensive plays. Did you notice those safety and corner blitzes he threw at them all the time?
We're coming.
Yeah. Those were good defensive calls, man, at the right time. What's the one DB, man? He had a couple nice sacks and everything. He was throwing the kitchen sink at those rookies, man. And
he was coming after
the blitzes, and
they're young. They're a young team. I don't care how much Mr. Kraft paid for the free agency, but if you got young kids that are playing, you can't get them up to speed right away. You can't explain the Super Bowl unless you played in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because we talked about game speed, and I was talking about, you can run around in your sweats and everything like that, saying I'm getting ready for the game. But as soon as you put that pressure on that leg or that arm or something like that, and then you go to game speed, if your body ain't ready for game speed, it's all gonna break down.
that is true, and every playoff game, every playoff win adds more intensity, to the big game, and everybody says, "Well,
you know how much you get $180,000."
Yeah,
one check. But hey, I found out about them taxes too. You get taxed on those. Yeah. Every day you stay, you cohabitate in that state, they hit you with a tax. What the hell?
You remember that? I can't remember what year that started, but I remember, I want to say 84, 85, my fourth or fifth year in the league. Then they start taxing you for whatever state you played in.
You get your check. You go, hey man, this is a little late today. This is that's because you went out to the West Coast. What?
Right. What? I remember that. I remember when it first started happening, and they was taking the taxes out of your check. I was one of them ones complaining, like, what the hell? I'll handle my own taxes. Don't you do it?
Yeah, don't take my taxes. I'll go see my private guy. I don't need you helping me. I'll get my own help.
Now that was the beauty of playing in Miami when I did play down there, though.
Right.
There was no state taxes.
Exactly. Ain't no state taxes.
There's no state taxes. But
Go ahead.
I was gonna say overall, the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. What a game! What an event! And everything. And I know you probably addressed halftime a little bit yesterday too. Maybe
halftime was good. It was very good. What?
I thought so too.
I'm gonna say this: the young man was right in what he said. You ain't got to know Spanish. This music's gonna make you want to move. You're gonna hear everything, and that music doesn't do anything but let you move those hips and put those arms up and want to do something, And it can make you want to have one of them drinks with a straw in it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. So his picture was telling the story. You know, it was like
Exactly.
family and you know all that wedding and you know you could tell it was even though I didn't understand the word, it was a
No,
positive message being sent.
he was telling you his life, what life was like in Puerto Rico, trying to tell you what they endured in Puerto Rico, and that was look for me. It was good. It was good. I'm not.
Yeah,
I know.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I really did. Yep. I was pulling for the Seahawks. You know, as I told you,
Yes.
you know,
Um,
Ken Easley,
yeah.
you know,
Everybody. A
influence.
few of the guys were wearing number 45.
Yeah.
For Kenny Easley, a lot of guys were wearing it, and like people were texting me, "Why are they wearing number 45?" I'm like, "That's Ken Easley, the former
Yeah,
Seattle."
that was my brother from another man, and I was happy for the Seahawks. I've gotten through Kenny over the years. I've gotten to know a lot of the Seahawks, you know, players and staff, and and everything. And then we did the memorial for Kenny about 3 weeks ago back in Virginia, and it was just, you know, I was rooting for the Seahawks, man. It's like a little sidebar thing for me, you know, the root for the Seahawks. I know a lot of them, and I was happy. I was happy for Seahawk Nation, or the 12s, or whatever you want to call them.
Right, the
I was happy
12s. They
for
call them the 12s. 12s.
the 12s. The 12s.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know what the hell they were saying in the beginning of the 12s, and then I had to think about it. Like, oh, they talking about the crowd. They talking about the crowd.
The 12th man. The 12th man. They make a difference.
I got it. They tried to steal Texas A&M. That's all. Trying to rob Texas A&M. That's all. You can't rob Texas A&M.
I remember, man. You know, a lot of times when you get in the pros, you don't take the crowd, or you take the crowd for you don't take advantage of the crowd.
Right. Yeah.
I remember years ago telling Wayne Fonts, "Hey, coach, man, you know, you gotta say something about the fans, man. You know, we got a good fan base." Oh, Larry, I don't want to go there, man. We don't need to influence the fans or da, da, da. I was like, okay, coach, you know, but the fans can be like McDonald. The coach said it. He said, now we were able to call our regular signal calls and get them heard. Exactly. He said, but they had to make the sound adjustment because of the crowd. See, so the crowd does make a difference. You know, it does.
Well, if you got the crowd and they know you acknowledge them, you need to point to this crowd. We need you. We need each and every one of you. Get up and make some noise.
I'm gonna make you angry now. That's why Dan Campbell should have wore a Michigan. He should have wore a Lions gear and not Michigan State gear. You need all fans. You need them all.
Hey, yes. No, they're gonna do what they always do. They're gonna sit on their butt and watch games. They're gonna just go watch the game now. That's all they're gonna do. I mean, hey. Yeah, why you guys also over there sitting? Well, we're Michigan guys. You want the other half to clap.
Yeah, we're not partaking.
Right.
We're not partaking. But other than that, man, it was a great weekend. The game, like I said, saw my 5-year-old grandson yesterday. Spent some great time with him. It was good stuff, man. Good. It was a good weekend, a good Monday, and sorry, I had no intention of missing the show yesterday, but man, once my grandson got a hold to me, I was locked. I was hooked.
Oh, that's completely understandable. I got you. As soon as you text me that, I went, go do your thing. We got this. And, it was a good day. It was a good day. We got a chance to talk about, we got a good chance. And I don't know if you saw, there is only one undefeated basketball school in this country now in Division I. There was only one.
So Arizona lost.
Yes, sir. And it's only one.
Okay. Only one. Who was that?
That would be Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio.
The Red Hawks?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, Derek, check me. Make sure I got that right. I
Yeah.
gotta make sure I got that right. Sometimes, but I heard it. I heard it somewhere. I heard it. I may have heard it on TV. I may have heard it on the radio, but there's only one undefeated team.
Here's your co-host. Who was the greatest Red Hawk ever? Basketball.
Basketball wise? Ooh,
Yeah.
I ain't got one for you. Who?
My homeboy from Dayton, Ohio, Ron Harper.
Ron Harper. He good. That boy good. That boy
That
good.
boy was good.
That boy real good. He real good. I didn't know he
That's the most famous Red Hawk basketball.
Correct, J-Mo. 24-0, first in the MAC.
First in the MAC. And they got, wait a minute. And they who do they have this coming up this week? They got, who do they play?
Friday they play Ohio.
Ohio.
You know I'm a music guy. Hey, you gotta put on that song, Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Okay, all
right. Dude, I'm just telling you, we're down to one team. And I saw that game last night. That Kansas game was good. It was good. I think Larry froze. Yeah.
My internet's screwing up. I'm gonna get back on my phone. I'll call back in.
All right, no problem. We got you. No, Derek, I'm just saying, look, I thought I heard that right today. I thought I heard that Miami is the only undefeated team in Division I. But they're fighting to stay alive. I mean, they've been pestered with a couple times, right? They've been pestered with. I mean, they should have lost a couple of those, but they're a team that maybe they're destined.
I think they are. I mean, they played Buffalo twice in the last couple of weeks, and both outings were pretty close. 105 to 102
wow.
At Buffalo, 73 to 71. Yeah, they have a couple games over 100, and that's impressive. But the other teams too also had over 100. But hey, they'll be at Eastern Michigan coming up on the 24th, so that'd be interesting.
They got Eastern Michigan. Wow.
Yep.
Well, all I know is everybody's getting crazy now. It's getting crazy. This getting crazy time. We're at 4 weeks and counting. And then all hell breaks loose. 4 weeks and counting.
Let's go.
That's the college basketball. How quick does it end? 4 more weeks.
All right, then
it's just like wow.
4 more weeks to the tournament, or 4 more weeks to March Madness.
To the tournament. College basketball will be over. 4 more weeks of college basketball tournament time, and then it all starts. Madness starts. The madness.
I got a question for you guys real quick. Would you take Michigan and Arizona or the rest of the field?
I take Michigan and Arizona right now. They're playing a good
game.
I
would too.
I got no arguments there.
I like look. The problem is I like Connecticut, but they let the Johnnies get them. They let the Johnnies get them, and then they let they let the Johnnies get them, and then but they could say the same about Michigan. Michigan let Wisconsin get them, right? I mean,
I tell you what, man,
you got to feel that loss. I'm not a believer in undefeated. That undefeated thing, it's overrated. You got to work your butt into shape and get there. Win, but got to get there. Last night, Arizona gave them all they had, but it's hard to win. In Kansas, you know what basketball was there.
I tell you what. I tell you what. You know me. I'm a straight shooter, man. It's gonna be hard to beat Michigan this year. They got a complete team, man. They got the bigs, they got the guards, they got the shooters.
Butter me up. Don't even try to butter me up. You better stop trying to butter me up. No, we hard edge. No, we gotta play our game. We gotta dominate the middle. We gotta get the ball up the floor.
And you know what? And you got the tools to do all of the above. You got the big man, you got the guards, you got the shooters, you got the grit, you got the toughness, you got the cerebral coach. Michigan, I tell you, it's gonna be hard to beat Michigan, man. I'm telling you.
You want to know a secret? Sometimes I think he's too cerebral. He don't get after nobody. I don't see him get after nobody, but he probably does because they know he does.
Jamie, how many great coaches had that demeanor? You don't have to get at that. If you're very cerebral, you don't necessarily have to hoop and holler and all that kind of stuff.
He's not a yeller. He's not that guy. He's not that.
No.
He plays the game and he knows the game really well. He teaches them. He gets them everything. So no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So in the history of time, some of the coolest coaches are. I'm a football guy. I mean, look at Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy never raised his voice anyway, and he's in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of those cerebral type coaches, man, they let their thinking and that kind of thing do their work for them. They don't have to yell and scream and holler. And sometimes, especially it was more accepted back in our day, but it's not necessarily accepted and or a worthy way of doing things these days. These guys can't take what we took. I'm sorry. They half of them would have gone in the shell at some of the tongue lashings we got back in the day, and they couldn't handle it. So I think it's a new day and a new age. You got to adjust with the times. And a guy like our coach Dusty, man, he's solid, man. He's solid. Solid. I love solid cerebral coaches. That's my word, man. So there was a commercial this weekend with cerebral in it. I said, I almost texted you. I said, I wanted to Jamie hear that.
Cerebral. Yeah, I heard that. I saw that. I'll tell you who's cerebral. The Arizona coach. After the loss, he says, we move on. We got another game. I can't worry about this one. He goes, everything. My guys gave everything they had. They came into a museum, and where this crowd went crazy on him and everything like that. He goes, it's one of the greatest atmospheres he's ever been in.
Yeah. Didn't I see something else over the weekend of our good friend Izzo going off on something else again this weekend?
They played Illinois, and our friend Jeremy, Jeremy, there was a fall. The center was coming down. The center was coming down for Illinois, and Jeremy was running in front of him, and all of a sudden he took a sudden fall. But they went to the film, and the referees, it was either do or die, because if the referees would have turned, I think everybody would have turned on Jeremy. Poor Jeremy, man. So the referee said incidental contact. Contact. That's what they said. But Larry, I tell you, I think
he went down. He went down.
He went down.
That reminds me in the hood.
That boy's an athlete. That boy was running full speed. Ain't no reason why he should have been biting some of that court. But he went down quick and he bit the court. Now, I can see, I guess, but I would just say this. The referees did not indict that young man, and they kept playing. Wow. And he got a chance to keep playing. I'm just saying. Because the Illinois coach went wild. I mean, he went wild. He was red hot.
That reminds me of back in the day when we used to go roller skating. You know how they have men only on roller skating, and that's when the pace is so fast and you're rolling around the skating rink, and every now and then some butthole would fall on purpose to cause the 30 guys behind him to fall.
Right. Yeah.
And he did it on purpose just to create,
make sure
to create a collision.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's crazy, man. That's nuts.
All I
You
know
watch any of the
watch what? What?
Olympics? Any of that?
No, I ain't watching that yet. I gotta catch up with that. I gotta catch it. I gotta catch it up with it.
I saw some highlights of the figure skating and the downhill skiing, some of that stuff.
Derek, what you got in there? We got the Americans going against the Canadians.
That's right. The women's.
That's women.
USA's up 3-0.
3-0 in the what period?
About halfway through the game. So
Okay,
about
all right.
10 to go in the
Okay,
second.
all right. The Americans.
So if you had to pick a favorite sport during Winter Olympics, what is it?
Right now, it's curling, man.
It's curling. Everybody loves curling. Everybody's into curling. Snoop Dogg
That's
did
true.
on curling.
I love
cross.
What'd you say? Snowball cross. What is that?
Snowboard cross. A guy I graduated with, he's actually competing in it. So
That's a new one. That's a new one to me.
What is
Snowboard cross.
I mean,
snowboard
cross.
It's like the downhill course stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
It starts on Thursday.
On a snowboard.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's on a snowboard. One plank, not two.
I love the ski jumping, man. I love to see them folks lean over them skates. I mean, lean over them skis as they do going down that hill.
Try to land with that one leg. And it's crazy. It's crazy.
I love that, man. That's my favorite.
That's just crazy.
That is. It really is.
Hey.
But I love to see them fly in the air like that.
I don't want no skis. I don't want no boards. I don't want no skates. I mean, do they have anything outside of that?
Figure skating, like the luge stuff.
I just said no skates, no skis.
Oh, what about the bobsled? Bobsled.
Nope.
Sledding either. I ain't getting on that. Dude, people, hey, did you see the Good Morning America? You didn't get up early enough. Derek, you was up, but you was on your show. You had a morning show with Lucier. All I know is the Good Morning America crew tried to go down it was in Lake Placid, trying to show how you could bobsled and everything like that.
Right.
Single bobsled. Boy, that girl wanted off them skates. The producer had to jump on the ice and catch her.
Man,
she was hitting the wall. She messed up.
No.
She was hitting that wall like this.
There's only so much you can control that thing. It's all about the course. Yeah,
it's all about the course.
And how fast they go? How fast are they going? What's the speed?
Hey, she was going at a good clip. I know that. They were saying you can get to 55. I said, wait a minute. Man. She wasn't going that fast, but she didn't like it. She said, help me, get me off.
I'm seeing 75 miles an hour here. Yeah, I could not.
I could not do that. Exactly.
You're not control either. Yeah.
You don't control. You just control it with your weight, and you can move your body. You got to move your body a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. I tell you what, though, all this weight I got, if I ever got that going in one direction down that hill, I might reach 115 miles per hour.
All I'm saying is, hey, no. Winter sports aren't my thing. I mean, I look for a rabbit in the snow. If we chasing snow rabbits or something.
I love the ski jumping. I love the downhill skiing. I even like the figure skating. You know, the figure skate. I love to see them triple axles and all that kind of stuff.
Remember that guy, the agony of defeat? Remember that? When sports, sports came on, and they would show that guy jumping and bah, 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 bah.
I know, going through it. Yeah, I remember that. That's
the agony of defeat. And I'm like, nope, don't want to be that guy either.
No, man.
All I'm saying.
I asked my brother-in-law is a skier.
Is it skiing? He likes skiing?
Yeah, he's a skier, and I was asking him now. The courses, like say this year it's in wherever it is, next year they go to wherever they go. Are the downhill courses exactly the same, or
they try to
they're
do
different every year?
No, it's checkpoints and how they do it, but they keep it going in the same like style down the hill.
Yeah. So records. It's just, your records aren't all-time records. They're just records for that year or something.
All time. No, it's Olympic records. They hold it for the whole time. They still do the courses the same. It's still coming down the hill the same way.
Okay.
You're just coming down the hill on a different mountain.
On a different mountain. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Same course, same setup on the course, but a different mountain.
Okay. I always wondered that.
Because Lindsey Vonn tried, you guys understand Lindsey's leg it was one leg. It was the one leg. It didn't give the other leg. It was just she got caught up in the flat.
Now that bothered me. That bothered me, Jamie. They said that lady tore her ACL 9 days ago,
right?
And she was trying to go yesterday.
Nothing
I was like, oh my God.
It wasn't her ACL that gave her the problem. She didn't have a problem with her ACL. She ran into the flag, Big Sweet, where she had to go up and then go back down. You go around those flags. That's what I'm saying. They set the course.
Right. I know that, but
she got tangled up and she tore the other knee up. She didn't. She tore her right knee up. The one that she hurt was her left knee. That she tore up the mixed ligament.
Probably was overcompensating though for that knee and tore the other one up, right?
Yeah, but the doctor didn't say that. I'm just saying the doctor didn't say that. So she was crying because that knee was broken. It snapped. That knee snapped.
Wow.
Maybe she was.
You and I both have seen ACL tears. Ain't no way a guy could try to come back 9 days later off an ACL tear. I don't even know why she attempted to try to go back down again.
I'm just going to say this. Her pain threshold may be further than yours and mine, okay?
Obviously.
I'm just saying. Maybe they gave her some. Hey, you get some good pills. A good needle. You're good to go. I'm sorry. We got to go to a break. I'm sorry. I'm carrying on and just talking. I'm sorry about that. We'll be right back. I promise you. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. Don't get me started.
When I heard that she was even going to attempt it, I was like, what is she doing?
Dude, she came back for a reason. She wanted to prove that she was the best.
And she's 41, if I thought I remember right.
41, right? You're right. She is 41. They got cross country skiing. They got alpine skiing. They got short track skating. They got all kinds of things. I'm looking at this. They got a relay.
Wow. What's the one where? What's it called with the guys speed skating? Where they
Yep, they got the speed skating. Eric Hayden, whatever his name was. Remember?
Yeah. I like speed skating.
So you got curling. They got all kinds of ice hockey. So you got some sports. I mean, they got things.
The Winter Olympics.
You still got cross country skiing. I don't know what that is, but it's good. I mean,
that's what you seen the guys with the poles and they cross country. It's like they're walking on skis.
Right. And I remember they used to skate, and remember now this one may not exist anymore, where they used to ski and then you had to shoot something.
Oh yeah, I remember.
You remember
Yeah, that's true. I remember that.
Is that the biathlon?
Yes.
I think they're doing that.
That's what, but I don't know if you're going to have the gun now, Derek. Do they include the gun still?
I think
they carry the rifle.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
They carry the rifle with them.
You can't shoot the real. They ain't gonna let you shoot the real animal now. I guess you're gonna have to shoot like targets.
I remember that.
You got alpine skiing, you got the bobsled, cross country, curling, figure skating, freestyle skiing, hockey, luge. You got Nordic combine, which is you jumping in the air and you cross country skiing. You got short track speed skating. You got skeleton. That's real. That's that one guy coming down. You got jump skiing. You got ski mountaineering. I don't know what ski mountaineering is, but and you got speed skating. Okay, there you go.
All right, Winter Olympics.
I mean, they could get that done in a week.
I know. I'm gonna watch some more tonight.
All I know is the Jamaicans are there. They are.
Cool.
They did. They brought the team. They did bring the team.
Cool runnings.
Yeah. They got the teams and everything.
Remember, they used to take the track runners and put them on the bobsled team so they can get a faster start.
Yeah, it was crazy. My brother Mike, they got into an accident. They were getting ready for they were training and they were in heaps and everything like that. And I guess the van ran off the road and they all got into concussions and stuff.
Oh wow.
Dude, I do not get that. And the paired skating, we got beat. A nice couple that I thought that was going to win, they got beat. I think. Americans won in the single skating, the male with the male. You can flip and do 4 spins in the air.
Wow. Now they're athletes, man. No doubt about it.
I didn't say they weren't athletes. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah. 4 spins in the air. I'd get dizzy.
Well, we get it too. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Yep, he did that. You got Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's over there, and Megan's over there too.
Yeah, she take her boyfriend's in season right now.
He in season. He playing basketball.
They showed him and her walking in somewhere, some arena holding hands. I was like, okay, Megan. Megan was hooked up. I was like, okay, girl.
Well, it's about time to get a man, right? Got to get a man.
I guess that's the right name, Megan Thee Stallion. Because boy, she walked in that thing. I was like, "Ooh, Lord!"
Are you gonna be in town for the basketball game?
No, I don't get in until the 19th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 19th.
Back on radio in 5, 4, 3.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Laughlin in the big seat. I don't know what kind of music he playing for you. I bet it ain't Bad Bunny. And and big sweet Larry Lee on the West Coast. You gotta tell us the temperature, Larry. Gotta tell us the temperature.
Well, today is low mid-60s, rainy.
Oh, we damn near you. We 47. We 47.
What?
Yeah, 47, yeah. And it's sunny out. You know, I said this because I in my driveway, after a while, I just let the snow just pack a little bit.
Right.
Now I'm seeing my driveway now. So the snow is not going to melt off the grass or anything like that. But on the sidewalk and on the drive in the garage in the driveway, It's probably going to melt. It's melting right now. I could go scrape it off when I get home, I think.
It's a nice summer day, guys.
It is a nice day. It is a great day. I mean, why not?
Well, yeah, it's 65 and cloudy, rainy out here.
You're having a lot of rain out there for you guys, man. There's all that rain going on.
I know it usually ends in January, but I guess a little rain in February going now.
I'm just saying, it seems like y'all. Hey.
Last week it was in the mid 80s. I was like, that was unusual.
Yeah. It came. You saw it, and it moved on. Hopefully, we get some of that. Hopefully, I'm not.
Maybe it's headed east. Maybe it's headed east.
You know what? It's the first time I'm not wearing long johns underneath my pants. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm able to walk around. I got my socks, my low socks on again. So I'm doing okay.
Now would that be too much information for radio?
No. Everybody around here is educated to know what long johns are. I didn't say I'm going commando or anything like that. I just said I'm not wearing an extra pair of pants. Trust me, I wore an extra pair. I was 3 shirts deep. 3 shirts deep. One short sleeve and 2 long sleeves. I'm just telling you.
I'm so glad I tell you, Jamie, no disrespect to anybody. I can't do that no more, man, unless I have to. Now, if I get a job somewhere and it's in the cold, I'll bundle up and make it happen. But I'm not going to voluntarily do that anymore.
I got you. I'm doing, and you do what you got to do, like we do. This is what Michiganders do. We stay warm when we know. Everybody measures the cold. I'm that measuring guy because I'm going outside to make sure how CJ's going to get dressed. Yes, I listen to the weatherman and everything like that, but when I'm out there by myself, I'm like, damn, it's cold out here. And
I know.
I'm gonna put his stuff on. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm that old man now, man. I got that thin blood, man, and they used to call me Big Sweat, not Big Sweet, because I just sweat all the time. And
you used to have that towel around your neck all the time.
Exactly, man. And in the wintertime, I was one of them brothers that sweated, and that steam come off the top of your head.
Right.
Yeah, man. But now, as an old man, my blood's thinned out, man. I can't take it. If it drops below 50 degrees, man, I'm freezing.
Serious question. Are you gonna watch the NBA All-Star game or whatever they're gonna put up?
I have to, for selfish reasons. My daughter is
your daughter.
My daughter is the basketball operations manager for the NBA. So I have to watch it because she, and it's out here and she's coming out here, so I'm gonna get a chance to see her.
Okay.
So yeah, I will. But other than that, other than the personal touch, no, man. All they do is run up and down the court and let each other slam and
let each other do all kinds of things, dude.
The score might be 250 to 218.
Right. I mean, maybe people want that. Maybe they want that now. You all the scoring and everything, but play a little bit of defense, just a little bit,
Well, speaking of that kind of all-star stuff, are you down with the flag game at the Pro Bowl and all of that stuff?
As long as they're out there with the kids and they involve the fans and everything, which I think they do, and they're signing autographs and stuff like that. I think it's a great opportunity for them to get one-on-one. Where it is. It's always going to be in that area and different things like that. Yeah, it's not bad. Look, we know this. I mean, football is a dangerous game, and it's nothing to be trifling with. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna play football, you gotta play full speed. You can't just be tippy-toeing around because somebody gonna get hurt if that happens.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what I'm saying. Wait a minute, Sean Taylor ended the playoff. I mean, ended the All-Star game for us.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that punter did a fake punt. He'll never fake punt ever again.
And the first thing they hit was the back of his head.
Exactly. I'm just saying. I get it. That's a violent game, and I get it. Now the players on the in basketball, come on. You just they want to see you. Yeah, they want to see you shoot the ball. They want to see you play defense. They want to see a game.
They want to see some trick dunks. You know.
They want to see a dunking contest, a 3-point shot. I don't know what that other thing is where it involves all three things, but I guess go with it. You can do that too. And I don't care if you add in the WNBA girls and let them play with it. But do something entertaining and that entertains the fans. You got a lot of fans. You didn't lose.
The 3-point shooting contest is probably the most exciting now. You know, it's still exciting, but the slam dunk contest, that's not the same no more. So
no, it's not.
Now, these guys, jumping over cars and all that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, been done.
Been done. Michael Jordan's jumping from the foul line, though. That was something sweet back in the day.
Yeah, the most incredible thing I ever saw was Dr. J jumping from the foul line.
Yeah.
That was incredible in its own. But then Jordan did it. It was incredible too.
Sometimes the slam dunk can be boring, but I know I'm jumping not subjects, but what in your mind you remember a lot of the slam dunk contests. What was the greatest dunk you remember?
Greatest dunk that I remember
in the slam dunk contest.
Oh my God. Wow. Good.
I got one.
Go ahead. I got to think about it now.
When homeboy went up and slammed and stuck his elbow over the rim and hung on with his elbow. Who was that? That was remember he was so high that he dunked his whole half of his arm in there and it stopped at his elbow and he held onto the rim with his elbow. That was so sweet to me. I forget who was that? That was out of North Carolina.
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter. Yeah. That was sweet.
Kenneth. He knew it was Vince Carter. No, that was great. I mean, look, you can only do so many dunks, and I get it. The ones that, Vince Carter's dunks were great. What would bring people back if LeBron James would do a dunk. Won't do it, but if he did it, he would bring the house down.
Have you ever seen that video of Barry Sanders coming out of college slam dunking?
Yeah, Barry Sanders was a guest celebrity once.
Yep, and he did the 2-hand backwards dunk.
Yeah.
B had some hops. He had some hops.
No, I remember all of that. I mean, we went through what's the comedian's name? Kevin.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart. I mean, he was the media. He was the sidekick. All of that. Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, now we're done with that. So it's celebrity. I mean, it was the celebrity games. I mean, it was the celebrity games are the most important ones now. Everybody wants to see who's going to play. Everything like that.
Yeah, the other dunk was back in the day. It was besides Michael and Doc coming from the foul line.
All I know is Dominique Wilkins put a dunk when he was going against Jordan. I think Jordan could beat him, but Jordan came with the side dunk, the one that I think a lot of the pictures they have of him, and he just did that side dunk, and it was like he was, dude. It was like he was, he was floating. He was floating. And he dunked that one. It was in Chicago when it happened, and they just went crazy. They just went crazy.
Yeah, man. Dominic was one of the top dunkers back in the day.
Was a dominator too. I love Dominique. Dominique was good.
Me too, man. I love my other favorite guy watching, not necessarily because of dunks, was Akeem Olajuwon, man. He was so sweet to me, man. Tasty, but that boy had some moves and fakes down below, down in the center position is not like that anymore. Where they're down always in the paint anymore. You got Wemby shooting threes, and that kind of stuff.
Well, that's what the game calls for you to shoot the three. If you can't shoot the three, you might as well not. You're not going to get drafted. You ain't going to get drafted. I'm sorry. That's true. Just the way it is. It's for the big man. Big man got to be able to shoot threes. That's why Adai Mora, he's shooting threes now. You saw him make 2 against Ohio State. I mean, he's trying to shoot threes now.
That's
where the game is going. You can't play and play your man. We gotta get you out of here. We got to roll you.
I know guys like Moses Malone and Wilt Chamberlain probably saying, "Man, come on, dude, get down in the paint." How about Magic playing center in the championship against the 76ers, scoring 42 points in the paint?
Yeah.
They don't have that paint no more.
He wouldn't get drafted now. He wouldn't get drafted now.
If he just stayed in the paint.
He got to get out the paint. He got to go out. He better shoot that ball. And now, he did develop a 3-ball every now and then. He could hit it after a while. They all started, though. That's how the game has evolved into that.
That is true.
That's what it's evolved into. I remember the Boston Celtics a couple years ago. All they did was shoot threes. Remember that game?
Oh,
they shot threes all the time.
Yeah.
They weren't shooting twos. They didn't care. They were just shooting threes to see if they
could. For some reason, I can't see Bill Laimbeer shooting a 3.
Bill Laimbeer was a good 3 shooter. He had one shot. It was a drive. It was just a drive, but he hit it.
Okay, let's see who else back in the day being a 3-point shooter. Willis Reed or one of them type guys. They probably couldn't even hit a
right. Why? Because they were told get low and get me a point
and get fed into the paint. Yeah,
exactly. Feed the paint. You feed the paint first, and then it's inside, outside. Inside, outside.
Yeah, that was it back in the day, man. But now it's pass, dribble, pass, dribble, pass, dribble, shoot the 3. That's the offense. That's the offense now. Pass, dribble, pass, dribble, pass, shoot the 3.
That's why I don't like, what's the guy? They traded him to the Cavaliers. What's the guy's name?
This year?
Yeah, this year. Before the deadline.
Oh, Ivy?
No, wasn't. They did trade Ivy, but he went to the Bulls. But what is his name? Harden.
Oh, Tim Hardaway?
No, not Harden.
James Harden.
James Harden.
Cleveland, right?
Yeah, Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
He's at Cleveland now. Dude,
all he did was
dribble, and then shoot the ball. So the other 4 guys never touched the ball. I didn't like it. He took the game away from us. He would dribble, and then shoot the ball. And the coach wanted that. I'm like, what?
I'm laughing because I can't see Ricky Mahorn shooting a 3. Ricky couldn't hit the side of a barn.
Ricky was muscle. Ricky was the muscle.
He was.
What he was there for. Ricky Mahorn was there for the muscle. He made sure Isaiah and he made sure Joe Dumars. He made sure everybody was safe on the floor. Because you go down there middle, we gonna beat the hell out of you, Michael Jordan, and they ain't got no thugs like us.
and that's my guy. We still stay in touch. He told me anytime we'd like him to come on, he would come on for us, man. So
I'd love to find out what he thinks about NBA basketball nowadays. I mean, does he agree?
We'll make that happen.
Does he agree with the way I'm told they need those days, those work-free days. They need them because they work too hard. Their muscles are much more twitchy.
What they call load management. Load management.
They need that load management because it's different from what they did in the 80s and the 90s. They don't know what we talk. I mean, it was different when they went from the 70s to the 80s. So basketball is different now. I don't know.
It is different.
It's different.
Did I ever tell you the story?
You still shoot the ball.
Yeah, that is true. Did I ever tell you the story how me and Rick Mahorn met? How we met?
Yeah, you were in the dome at the Pontiac.
Yeah, back in the day, we used to share the Silver Dome.
Yeah,
the Lions and the Pistons. So one day we finished practice early, and we're walking past the Pistons while they're over there practicing. And I yell out, I say, hey, Mahorn, you're supposed to be over here with us with your big self. And he said, you blankety blanks don't make enough money. And he shut me up.
That's true. That is true.
He shut me up. We've been boys ever since. Ever since. Yeah.
So, hey, we got to wait a minute. Before we're going to go to a break, and then we got to talk to Derek. You know, there's big news in Detroit now.
Big
news in Detroit.
Oh, big news.
He's coming. I'm going to give you a hint.
Oh, I know the news. I know.
Talk about it on the other side, okay, and say what you got to say.
Right.
Because maybe this team doesn't have to struggle down the way next time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we just.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yes, sir.
You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
And I read that and I said, what?
Yeah, Verlander coming home. And dude,
coming back home.
He just wants to come home, I guess, and good for him, as he should. He got his championships. Well, he didn't get it here, but he got his championships. He got his money, got his wife, got his kids.
Yep.
He ain't got a home.
Well, maybe that's why he came back, because he considered this home.
This is home. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
I'm home now. I'm married now. I's married now.
I's married now. The color purple.
All right, stand by.
This is the M Zone.
Welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, my man Derek Laughlin, and you got Mr. Larry Lee. We call him Big Sweet, big old package. Yeah.
It's a rainy day in Cali. Yeah, remember that old song, Rainy Night in Georgia? It's a rainy day in Cali.
So, breaking news, Justin Verlander and the Detroit Tigers are in agreement on a 1-year deal that will pay him $15 million. And we'll get to that. That's why I told you about it. But, hey, Verlander coming home. Coming home, homeboy. Coming home.
That, you know what? I just like the sound of that.
13 million, excuse me, 13 million. He's playing. It's guaranteed 13 million.
I just like the sound of that. Verlander back in Detroit, man. It's just a good sound ring to that.
Does he still have the arm? That's all I want to know. Does he still have the arm?
It's got to have slowed down somewhat. What year is this for him? Probably 15, 17?
Longer than that.
I was going to say 2006, I think.
Right. Yeah.
I think he's on the 2006 team, so it could be his 20th season here.
Yeah, he's 20 because he played for the Tigers for 13 years.
Yeah, that's true. Huh?
He's with the Tigers for 13. He waited to get a championship. Waited for a contract too, but he waited. I'm just saying.
I haven't kept up with him. What has he still been quite succustful on the mound?
He's got championships galore. He's got championships galore in Texas, at the Astros, and anywhere else, Derek. He had Astros. He had Texas, the Rangers.
I think he was at the Rangers.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was with the Rangers. Yeah.
So he's done a lot. He's done a lot, and he's made a lot of money. So I was looking at this, and they put this in the on Twitter. Guys that have on-field career earnings, on-field career earnings. Number one, Alex Rodriguez, $485 million.
Wow.
Number two, Justin Verlander, $422 million.
Wow.
Number three, Miguel Cabrera, $393 million.
Wow.
Number four, Max Scherzer, $360 million. And Albert Pujols, $341 million. The two I wonder
if I should have played baseball, man.
If you should have.
I'd have been like big old Cecil Fielder, man, big old boy, hitting them home runs.
I know Cecil got paid. I know Cecil got his money too. I mean, come on now.
I know, guys.
Now you got quite a starting rotation, don't you, Derek? You got Tarek Skubal, Flaherty, Justin Verlander, Casey Mize, and Reese Olson.
You know what? I'm not a baseball guy or any kind of like a personnel guy or something, but I bet that move had a little bit to do with ticket sales as well.
Well, sure it does, but you got I mean, this Valdez kid who they just signed, he's from the Astros too. So there's something going on with the Astros. And then I don't want to say anything, but Struble, it's not like they signed him to a contract. Struble won his arbitration.
Right.
They didn't give him this money. The arbitrators gave him this. Those 3 judges gave him that money.
So you're saying a trade might be in order somewhere down the line?
I guess.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. If you go get those 2 guys, I think you think good of Casey Mize. I mean, that's the youngest in the bunch, right?
Right.
So I mean, Verlander.
They might give Jackson Jobe the ball a little bit more too.
Yeah, Jackson Jobe.
Get him in the mix, but hey, man, you come on, just belly up and pay him, dude.
Nah, they
gotta keep. I know they won't, but
they're not.
God, they have to. They have to, J-Mo.
He's getting 1 check. He's getting this year's check worth 30 million, 32 million, and then he out. Because then the real payday starts. And he gets his free agency.
That's not the real payday.
Well, that's just a win for the no. If you look at it, it's a win for the major league players in arbitration because they weren't paying anything in arbitration. But now we know that arbitration is open now. They're open for business now. If you do, wait a minute. First of all, why would the Tigers let this go to arbitration? The man won 2 Cy Youngs. 2.
Yeah.
He brought them with him and put them on the desk and said, anything else need to be said? I mean, they were back to back.
Right. That's true.
I mean,
I don't know. Like you say, Jamie, sometimes they don't remember the past too much. They get amnesia.
Right. They forgot what they did to Verlander. And
selective amnesia.
What Verlander did to them. He left to go get his hardware. And he got all his hardware, and now he came home. I'm just saying. Is that true? He got his hardware.
Hey, it's funny. I know there's a little different subject, different sport, but I thought about you this weekend. I'm watching Super Bowl, all the highlights and not Super Bowl highlights, but Super Bowl interviews and everything. And Barry Sanders is doing an interview with Cam, what's the brother out of New Orleans? Cam Jordan?
Cam Jordan, yeah.
Cam Jordan. And Barry's talking about Roger Craig, right?
Yeah.
And then Barry says, well, Cam, you know much about Roger Craig? He said, no, I'm unfamiliar. I'm not. I said, what? I almost called you on the spot, Jamie. I said, Jamie, you're right. These young dudes don't know nothing, no history.
Kids don't know. They're in the I, me, my world. They're in their world, and you can't belittle them because that's not what their moms and dads.
I about hit the roof. He said, "No, I don't know anything about Roger Craig." I about lost it. What? So I'm sorry to change the subject like that, but
you're fine. No, I'll say this about Roger Craig because you brought him up. I'm going to say this: that Thursday night when he walked out on that stage, I started crying.
Yeah,
just because of the hard work he put into it. Just because what he did to help the 49ers win Super Bowls, and people forgot about him. People forgot about him. He
was the epitome of a team player, team leader kind of guy, man. And what he did, the 1,000, and
right. That's what I'm saying. The first guy to ever have 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving. And nobody gives that credo. No one says that's incredible. No, in that day and at that time when he did it, it was incredible. It was the greatest thing. I'm just, you sit there and you think about it.
I know, but when I heard him say that, I said, "Jamie's right. I guess I am. I guess I'm old or old school." But it seemed like these young boys would know their history a little bit better than
No,
that.
no,
To
no,
not know,
no. They don't know. Look, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It's our fault. It's our fault because we don't tell them. We don't teach the history of the sport. People
yeah,
don't talk about it like they used to. People don't tell you
yeah,
about it. Look, at Michigan, we try to teach the history of Michigan football because you need to know where you came from to see where
right,
you're going. You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But
I agree with
not
that.
all the time we can tell them about where Michigan was and where Michigan. I hope Coach Willingham does that, but I hope we got the right people that tell them how to do that. Because I get it. He should clean house. He should bring in his coaches. He should have his people around him. But find somebody, a historian, somebody who knows about
Right,
Michigan football. And I don't mean somebody who's been there for 6, 8 years, because you got
right.
to go deeper. It's got to go
Right.
deeper because you
I
got to
agree.
teach them about the people that been there. Look, half of them, I'm going to say this. They remember Charles Woodson. I'm
Yeah,
going to say this. In 4 more years, they won't remember who he is.
that's amazing to me. Because well, I tell you this, Jamie. I agree with you to a point, but that's because Michigan has such a storied franchise.
Right. No,
Franchise
I get
now,
it.
but some schools like this past Indiana scenario, you don't want them to know the past.
But you need to know where you came from, why it was
That's
so
true.
important. If you don't know your history, you won't know where you're going. That's all I'm
That
saying.
is true. That is true. But sorry to change the subject like that,
No,
but
you're fine.
when it came up and Cam Jordan says, no, don't really know much or anything about Roger Craig. I about hit the roof, Jamie. I was like,
Dude,
Jamie's right.
dude.
He's right. I don't get it. How do you
I
not
mean,
know about Roger Craig?
I mean, I could tell you the greatest offensive lineman that I saw in real life when I lived in Massachusetts, and you know where I'm going with it. It was
Right.
Hannah. It was Hannah.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt about it.
He
No
was the
doubt.
greatest offensive lineman. He's from Georgia. I mean, from Alabama. He was that good. He was that
One
good.
one of my idols. John Hannah is one of my
Hannah was
idols.
incredible. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
You need to know.
Man, Jamie, to show you, I was different than these kids today. I had 4 or 5 idols, pulling guards: John Hannah, Reggie McKenzie,
Yeah.
Gene Upshaw. It was one more. Oh, Larry Little.
Yeah.
And when I got to the Dolphins, and Larry, I got to know Larry Little, and I said, man, I know I don't know if your jersey's in the rafter or whatever, but I like to wear 66. Is that okay with you? Larry Little let me wear his number, man, 66. And I was just flabbergasted, man. Those are my 4 idols, the pulling guards, man, bad dudes, man.
Mhm.
Gene Upshaw, John Hannah, Reggie McKenzie, and Larry Little. Come around that corner, pull around that corner, and John Hannah would eat you alive. That man was a beast. He was a beast. Loved me some John Hannah. Yes, sir. Okay. Sorry.
And look, I don't blame anybody for not knowing the history, but it's just you're told and look, I learned that at Michigan, and that was drilled into us and everything like that. It's just, but you got to know the history. How do you know you love Michigan unless you learn the history of it?
Well, that's one of the things you've heard me say on the air before.
Right.
That I admire about you Michigan guys. Y'all, the tradition and what you teach and what you uphold to, the standards, and everything. That's to be commended, man. I do love that about University of Michigan athletics. You know, they're and not just football, but football being
football. We hold all of our sports. All of our sports are huge in. We teach the history of all of the sports, really, to the athletes. They need to know where they came from. You need to know where you came from to see where you're going. Are you gonna hold? We talk about bricklaying. We talk about the foundation. Oh, I was just part of that foundation. That house ain't made yet. You got to keep it going. That's what you need to do. The foundation needs to keep. You need to keep that foundation strong. Keep it going. Keep building it.
To give you an opposite example, and I'm criticizing my school at this. We had a 3-time Pro Bowl, all NFL offensive lineman pass away this year, and Louis Sharp, Detroiter. There was someone very significant in the athletic department when told Louis Sharp had passed away. He said, "Who's Louis Sharp?"
Oh, wow.
I said, "Oh my God, man! I hit the roof, man. I hit the roof." And a very prominent person within UCLA, and I was hurt. I was hurt. Same thing with Ken Easley, man. There's Ken Easley's death. It was like, okay with UCLA. I mean, it was not like they did anything special, or I mean, they acknowledged him and everything, but man, the Kenny Easley status there is second to none. Second to none at UCLA. He's on the same plane with Jabbar and those guys. But it wasn't treated as such. So, some schools still have a lot to learn, and I've said this time and time again on the air. That's one thing I really admire about you Wolverines, man. That the history and teaching, and everybody proud to say. And I remember when what's the basketball player we honored 2 weeks ago? When they gave him
Trey.
When they put Dre in the rafters, he named past players and past people.
He knew where he came from. He understood.
He knew where exactly.
Right. He knew where he came from. He knows the Glenn Rices, the Cazzie Russells, the Rudy Tomjanoviches. I mean, someday Willie Green. I mean, my boy, Gary Grant. The general himself. I mean, those. I mean, you remember those people.
I love that about. Once again, I love that about University of Michigan. How you guys keep the tradition alive. And like I said, I didn't go to Michigan. I had the opportunity to, but didn't go. I know Michigan's fight song, and I don't know the words to UCLA's fight song. I know the music. I know the music, but I don't necessarily know the words. That's hard to admit. Now you guys are waking me up, man. You might be creating a monster over here. I might take these stories back to UCLA, and all of a sudden we become prominent. Watch out now. It's going to take more than that. It's going to take some money and some alumni and all that other stuff.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
good
look,
stuff.
It's tough. I get it. You got so many things on your mind and your different things, but at least know your history. Yeah, if you know you're going somewhere. When I got drafted by the Redskins, I looked up everything I could about the Redskins. I know my brother Joe played for the Giants, and I knew about the Giants and everything like that. But then I looked up the Redskins just to see where they came, what they were about, everything like that.
Yep, I did too. I studied. Each team I played for, man. I knew when I got to the Broncos, Dan Reeves. I studied their playbook and everything before I got there in a trade, and that offense was crazy. Like I told you. All our life, you've been taught 2, 4, 6, 8 is on the right and 1, 3, 5, 7 is on the left. Right?
Yeah,
It's the opposite. It was the opposite then. And so every play I'm transposing from the right to the left to the right, and going up to the line. And Dan Reeves told me one day, he said, Larry, he said, I got to give you your propers. I said, well, coach, he says, you picked this offense up quicker than anybody I've ever known. I said, oh, wow, coach, thanks, man. But believe me, there's a couple times I've been on that line frying my head frying like an egg, trying to figure, okay, we're going left, right, we're going right. Okay, the snap count. Oh, all that's in my head. So yeah, man. Once again, kudos to the University of Michigan, because you guys do a great job with that.
But a lot of people said that probably. Who was Roger Craig? I don't think anybody. I don't think if you were not in those days or anything like that, or paid attention to the running back position or anything like that, or the 49ers.
I guess.
That 49er team was incredible. Montana.
But if you're a football fan, Jamie, and you hear Montana, you hear Jerry Rice, you had to have heard Roger Craig.
No, you're right. You should have. I mean, it was Roger Craig who taught Jerry Rice to run those hills. Remember that?
Yeah, exactly.
Run those hills.
Yeah.
It was all about what
he
did.
Yeah. So when I heard that, once again, I know I'm repeating myself, but when I heard that comment, I started to call you, but I didn't. But I said, man, he just said he had no idea, no clue about Roger Craig. I was
he did.
Oh my God. Okay. Enough. So okay, we can move on.
No, let's go to a break, and then we come back. We got more to talk about. We can talk about Dusty May. Dusty May and his boys are going over to Chicago to play Northwestern.
You mean the cerebral coach from the University of Michigan?
Yes, the cerebral coach. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
Diner kept returning his fried potatoes, calling them again and again. Fed up, Chef George Crumb sliced the potato razor thin, thinner than anyone had ever seen. He dropped the slices into
Welcome back to the
This is the M Zone.
Welcome back to the M Zone.
Crumb salted them hard, expecting to cook them.
Jamie.
Instead, the man devoured them and immediately asked for more. Crumb realized he'd created something new. Word spread fast. People flocked in just
I'm sending that to you, Big Sweet.
What's that?
I'm about to send you something.
Okay.
And you get credit for it, though. The potato chip was invented in 1884.
1884. There used to be some chips in my hometown. I don't know if they still have them. Mike Sells potato chips.
Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, the best chip come from Louisville, Kentucky. The world's favorite snack started as a mistake.
Wow.
In 1853, a frustrated chef named George Crumb sliced his potatoes paper thin to spite a complaining customer, but instead he created the world's first potato chip. See that?
Wow. What's the chips out of Detroit everybody likes? Better Made?
Yep, Better Made.
Yeah. But my hometown chips, Mike Sells, Sells, man, the best chips. They started to sell them in Detroit now. Whenever I see them, I'll grab them.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You got to see this. I'll send you this. I just be looking at crazy shit all the time.
You know, I got to cut out about 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, right? Yeah, we let you go. We going.
I'll be trying to schedule my doctor's appointments around this, but sometimes I can't. And hopefully this might be the last one dealing with this foot.
I got you.
I can go crip walking.
Crip walking. You so crazy.
And you know, the 22nd through the 25th, I'll be at the combine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'll find somewhere to go and you know, do some get back from the combine. And if you want, man, I can maybe line up a person or two.
Yeah, that'll be great. Whatever you can do, you tell me. We'll put it together.
Okay. All
Where do
right.
I have this girl? Oh, I was trying to think. You know, my wife follows me on whatchamacallit now, Instagram.
Oh, all right.
I try to be a good old boy.
I hear you. Me too. I'm too old for be fooling around now. There is a God.
Exactly.
Who was I watching the other day? Oh, it was Magic Johnson on an interview on one of them podcasts. Magic was saying, "Oh Lord, thank God there was no social media and all that back in the day." I said, hey, "I hear you, my brother."
LeBron's gonna miss his 18th game tonight. I don't know where they at, but he ain't playing.
18th of the season.
Yeah, 18th of the season.
Wow,
That's load management for you. See, you got to remember.
You ain't lying. This got to be his last season.
Well, he can still, you know, he still can get up and touch the rim and everything like that. I mean,
Come back on radio.
Make some kind of money that way.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Laughlin in for the Ms. Men. And Derek, you're doing a great job. And hey, Big Sweet's still with us. He's going to cut out early today, and but he's going to give us that extra half hour for you and everything. So, yeah. Larry, it's, you know, I want you to put your general manager hat on for me.
Okay.
With the season over, now what happens? Do they do? I mean, now I know everybody's gone on vacation and trying to get away for a minute, but you got combines coming. You got this coming. I mean, new season starting. I mean, the clock starts over again.
Exactly. The only ones off right now are the players. You know, the staff continues to go, and what's going on now is, well, there are certain scouting teams like Blesto that provide pre-scouting what can I say, pre-scouting grades to some of the guys as underclassmen. So now that they're eligible for the draft, you know, they started right after the season was over by going to the Senior Bowl, the East-West Shrine game, you know, those various games to look at those guys at those games, right? Then they come back and they couple that with the guys that they were told that could be prospects for this upcoming class. Now they're starting to see them. The combine is coming up, which I'm gonna go. I'm going to the combine. And that's where they'll, supposedly the upper brass kind of guys are going to be. And you go through the combine and get all the dates and times and measurements of all the guys and all that kind of stuff. Then after the combine, you come together and you start compiling all of that information. What you got at the Senior Bowl, what you got at the East-West Shrine, what you got from the combine. And now you got a group of guys that'll be traveling the country going to these pro days. You've heard the pro day at Michigan, the pro day at Michigan State, the pro day at SC, the pro day at Ohio State. So you got guys that'll be going there. And then you're still compiling all this information. Now, that's the college side of things. The pro side of things, the pro personnel director, he's getting ready for free agency. Who is going to become a free agent, what their salaries were last year, what their production was last year, so that you can, and you can kind of determine if a team is going to tag him with the franchise tag, or is a team going to, unrestricted free agent, that kind of thing, and you'll know who to go after. So after all of this, maybe within another month, right before the draft, the whole scouting department will come together and go over all of this. The way we used to do it, I don't know if all teams do it like this, was we go by position.
Mm-hmm.
Today, this week or the next few days are the tight ends. The next 3 days are offensive tackles. The next 3 days are this and this. And you go over each and every guy that has a solid grade that was given by either by the scouting service or your scouts that went out to see them. If they got a decent grade, then you're going to go over them. And then you'll start ranking them. Okay, this is the best guy we saw. This is the next best guy. And you'll start ranking them till you finally, right before the draft, get your whole board together, where you got every position ranked, and every guy ranked in the country, where you think you take them. Now, that's when your discussions are going along with your coach and your GM to find out, or discuss what you think you need, what you want, what will make us better. I bet New England will be looking at offensive tackles, right now. Even though Homeboy is there, they're going to say, do we get another solid backup for him or another solid young guy, or do we go out and get that veteran guy who can come right in, plug and play? Those are the kind of decisions that are going on. And with the monies, though, that's now you got to involve the salary cap guy, because the salary cap guy got to come in and tell you, well, look, hey, man, we only got this amount of money. This guy will probably want to go for this or go for that. I don't know if we can afford them. And if they franchise tag him, then it's going to cost this. So you need your salary cap guy involved in every move and everything. So, the rookie pool has squared itself away. It's pretty much slotted. So wherever you draft a guy, wherever his slot is, that's what he's going to get paid. But back in the day, that was even like free agency. A rookie could come in and start making more than a veteran. But they kind of got that.
I'm glad that got fixed. That should have been fixed a long time ago.
That got fixed. So that's kind of what's going on now. There's a whole lot of information gathering going on now. And beginning with the scouting services and the bowl games, the all-star games rather, and that kind of thing. So a lot of talent evaluation going on right now. A lot of talent evaluation. And there's not every team, but different teams have their different scouting system on how it's done and the grades that they give and that kind of thing. But everybody's doing the same thing right now. Is gathering information.
So everybody's gathering information and everything like that. Then you come in and you get to the combines and everything like that. And then you get to and then it becomes free. You got to look at your free agents, right?
Yep. And then not only are you looking at other team's free agents. You're looking at your free agents, and you're comparing them to the other ones and saying, okay, is it better to keep so and so here, or do we think we can go after so and so who's over there who's going to become a free agent? So all those kind of decisions are going on, and so there's a whole this time of year. The gathering information is cool, but when you start coming together on all these meetings, there could be some nice fireworks going on, man. Because that's when guys stand on the table, for a guy or the whomever is in charge of the final say on talent, might disagree with you, and you gotta prove your point on why you're the guy, the talent evaluation guy is wrong, and I'm right, and you're wrong, and sometimes there's some great heated battles going on, man, at this time of year internally. So, it's that time of year, gathering information, making decisions. This is where like a team like New England, they acquired some veterans, and they acquired some folks like Stephon Diggs. Obviously, it was convinced somebody that Stephon Diggs was the guy that can come help us with his veteran self. And it looks like his money is where it is. So we might be able to afford that kind of deal, depending on how much money we got in the coffers. So, all that kind of stuff. There really is a science to it. And I'll be the first one to say, as a former player, I thought that because I played the game, I might have known it all and don't have much to learn. No. Once I got in the front office, there's a lot to learn. There is a lot. Hey, Jamie, it is a business. It is a business, very much so. And then you got like in all businesses, you got sometimes you got people putting you under the bus. You got some people gonna save their hide, give you up to save their hide if things don't go right and all that. So all that's a part of what's going on now. And the happiest team on the earth right now, the Seattle Seahawks. It all came together and it works. But there's 31 other teams that are pouting and frowning and trying to figure out what they did wrong.
Right. I mean, look, that's the truth. There's only going to be one happy team and everything like that. So, I mean, you got to rebalance and what do we do and what we need to do and how are we going to get to the Super Bowl and everything like that. So, I mean, Larry, I was looking at the rankings of the NFL. I mean, they were ranked them. So you know that the Seattle Seahawks are ranked number 1.
Right.
Okay. Which they should be because they won the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
And then I was, and I'm looking at this. I'm gonna have to tell you, I was not happy where your Lions were. Just let you know.
Where were they ranked?
Okay, how about Seattle's number 1, the Rams are number 2, the Patriots are number 3. The Broncos were number 4. San Francisco's number 5. Number 6 are the Buffalo Bills. Number 7 are the Chicago Bears. Number 8 are the Houston Texans. Number 9 is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 10 are the Philadelphia Eagles. Now remember that's Central, NFC Central. Number 11 are the Green Bay Packers, so that's 2 in front of the Lions. Number 12 are the LA Chargers. Number 13 are the Carolina Panthers. Wow. Number 14 are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 15 are the Baltimore Ravens. And number 16 is the Detroit Lions.
All right. Now, hearing that, there's a couple of ways I look at it, and I'm only speaking for myself. You remember a little while back when we had this conversation, I talked about we talked about the window for winning.
Yeah, we talked about the win.
And all of that. You man, when your window, when everything was going kumbaya and oh happy day and everything at the Detroit Lions, that was their window, right? And so everything, while it came together, like the Seattle Seahawks, they capitalized upon that window that happened to be open. But man, you can't. It's so hard to get back there, and it's so hard to win it all that you can't make foolish mistakes. You got to think cerebrally, if that's a word. So Jamie, I once again I say this time, I love my Detroit Lions. I love the organization. Dan Campbell is a good coach. He's good enough to get us out of the doldrums or whatever, but I don't think he's a championship caliber coach. I mean, earlier we started the show off about the cerebral coach. I think, and if you looked at that game as a former player and you dissected that game, Mike Macdonald is a cerebral coach.
Mike Macdonald, he calls a good game.
Those blitzes he dialed up and all that went his way, and I know it's just one game, but it's all of the above. Like some of the hard questions right now that if I was GM of the Lions, I gotta ask. One is why is our defensive backfield being depleted for 3 years straight by the end of the season? Why is that? What's going on there? Is it you, Dan, coaching too hard? Is it the trainer not doing good techniques on these guys? Is it the strength and conditioning coach working them too hard or not working them hard enough or whatever? That's one thing I'd like to dissect. The other thing I'd have to dissect is I'd have to have a talk with my coach about his fourth down calls. Part of what made that game boring the other day, did you pick up on this, Jamie?
But
both coaches, there was a whole lot of punting going on, right?
Right.
Neither one of them just thought enough to take a chance to try to go for a fourth down to change the spirit or change the momentum of the game. It was boring because they were punting and that kind of thing. So you can't be lulled into thinking I got to do something to make a difference. Sometimes punting and kicking a field goal is okay. It's okay.
Look, I agree. Sometimes you need to do that. No.
Yes. So neither one of those coaches at first felt the need to try to do something to juice their team or try to go for fourth down to do something, to spark. Sometimes patience is a virtue. That's what Seattle did. Seattle didn't panic. They punted when they had to. They kicked field goals when they had to. They didn't try to go for no fourth downs. That made the game boring by today's standards, but they also walked away as champions.
No, you're right. Hey, look. You just had to you had to play it evenly up. I mean, in that game is too big to lose by going for it on fourth down. You cannot give your opponent the upper hand.
Great point. So why would you do it regular season? Why every game is important like that, Jamie? Why would you do it regular season?
I think you can give away. I'm going to say this in the NFL. Different from college football, and here's the difference. You can give away 4 games in the NFL. You can lose 4 games and go to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
You can improve and win a Super Bowl championship. That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
It's got to be sprinkled around. You can't just lose 4 straight games and then expect to go. But I'm saying If you want to have the right team, you can lose 4 games and
The other
still
point-
go to a Super Bowl.
The other point I want to make is, yeah, okay, you can lose those 4 games or whatever, but on the other hand, you got to do everything you can to make sure you're trying to win them all. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I get it. No, no. I'm not saying you can go out and lose, but games happen. Things happen
Right.
in the pros.
Things happen. Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
In college football, it was known in our day, if we lost 1 game, we ain't going somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But nowadays, it's you can lose 2 games now. Not a third one. But you can lose 2 games now. But they got to be far apart. And they got to be early in the season now. Or they'll penalize you late. They penalize you more as a late game than the early kickoff. I mean, the early season. You know what I'm saying?
The other thing I think about, Jamie, there's 17 games, and they're talking about an 18th one, which I don't.
18th. I don't think that.
I don't agree with. But on the other hand, I think that a coach has to be smart now on how he works his guys.
By the way, the guy's got a gun. He's got a gun, and I'm just talking. No, it's not a bad thing. He's doing the cross country skiing, and he still has a gun, Big Sweet. So
okay.
I just saw him take off, and I said, "Oh my God!" So we were talking. Okay, I got to refresh you guys. We were talking about the events that they still had at the Olympic Games, and you see it. You see it, Derek. You see the thing on his back. The little. I mean, it's what?
It's the biathlon that I was mentioning.
The biathlon.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I'm sorry.
It's a cross-country skiing, and he's got a gun on his back.
Right.
Yeah.
Go. I'm sorry. I just wanted you guys to know we're watching the Olympics too.
So I think the other thing that might be smart by these coaches nowadays is load management, man, because at 17 games, these guys are bigger, faster, stronger now than we ever were. And I think I sent you the clip one time, Kurt Cinetti talking about how he takes it easy.
Yeah,
he says
he takes it easy. He gets it. He gets the practice. He gets the practices done.
Walkthroughs are 25 minutes on Monday and Fridays, and the other 3 are just an hour, 30 minutes or something like that. I think there's something to that, to these long seasons now. And because the guys are just so much bigger, faster, and stronger now, the collisions, when they do happen, are worse and that kind of thing. So all of that comes into play when you talk about winning. And when it's rolling right, when it's kumbaya and everything's going right, i.e. Detroit Lions 2 years ago, that's when you got to maximize your ability to win, because you might not get back there again. Drake May, okay, second youngest guy to whom? Dan Marino, who never got back.
Right.
So he may get back or he may not get back. So it's your boy is an exception to the rule in a lot of ways. Tom Brady. That boy, that's why you got to call him the GOAT, because he got back and back and back and back and back and back again, So
to the point where he played for 21 years.
Yeah.
Football. I mean, it's incredible what he did.
Also, you got to give him credit because body management, right? He was very big on diet and all that kind of stuff, right?
Body conscience. He knew what he needed to do. He knew what he needed to do, and he did it.
Yep.
I mean, I look, for me, I just I wanted to show the dynamics from college to pro, and then I wanted people to hear what goes on at the end at the end of the season, Big Sweet, because the guys are gone on vacation. Yes, I get that, but the staff and the administrative staff, they still stay around. They're
going to work big time. Big time.
Right.
And then you got the ones like the Raiders who got a new head coach. You know, they got to pull everything I described. They got to pull that together a lot quicker than everybody else. You know,
Right.
so it's a whole lot of work going on when there was a coach change in an organization. So
Menendez.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
they got
got
him. They ain't worried about. They should be negotiating the contract right now, getting it done.
they probably
Working on
are.
that
Yeah.
second pick. They get the number one pick of the second round too. So get it.
I don't know I haven't dissected the Raiders, but I'd be willing to bet the next pick after Mendoza is going to be an offensive lineman.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yep. You know, yep. You can almost predict that now. You know, maybe their draft might be O and D line heavy. You know, and what's his name sounds like he wants out. So maybe you let him go and get you 3 or 4 draft picks.
Max Crosby.
Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let him go and get you 3 or 4.
Your Lions are looking at him. They want him.
I know. He and Aiden be a nice little
That's
nice
a
little 1-2 punch. Yeah.
Exactly. That's a nice little 1-2 punch. I think the Detroit is around here. Let me take a head count right now. Derek, you want Max Crosby?
YES. Yes, please. Right now. Yesterday, today, tomorrow.
So here's a deeper question. What would you want for him if you're the Raiders?
Wow. What, 2 first rounders?
I think
2
at least 2 first rounders. At least.
Down the way. I'll give you the two first rounders down the way.
Maybe Muhammad and Davenport, maybe. I don't know. That's gonna be a lot though. 2 first rounders and I don't think they wouldn't they wouldn't let go of that many interior linemen, but you know,
you ain't got none.
I know.
I know.
I'm being serious.
Muhammad and Davenport. Yeah,
everybody's hurt. Everybody's hurt, or they're retiring.
3 first rounders out the door. Sold.
That's. You're gonna have to give future up. That's gonna be future.
Yeah, future picks. Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, that is future too. Getting Max Crosby and having Aiden Hutchinson on the same line. That's next 2-3 years, man.
Right.
We got a really good chance here.
I'm just saying. I know you guys want him, but he gonna be costly.
I was just going to say that. You know, it's fun to have these fantasy picks and things, but you got to deal with some money too. You got to figure out what he needs, where you are, how much money you have, what he needs, and what he wants. You know, I got a feeling. I don't know this about. You know, you might have to go back to Jared Goff and ask for a little money back.
He already gave money. He gave $3 million. He already gave money. I didn't already gave.
Give some more. Which brings up another great question to Detroit Lion fans specifically. Matt Stafford's success, does that put any dark cloud over not a dark cloud, but does that make you look weird at the Lions?
About what? Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford at 37 years old is now not only a Super Bowl champion, he's MVP of the league. He spent 13 years in your organization, or however many in your organization.
I'm just saying. Everybody know Matt Stafford is a tough guy. I'm just going to say he's a tough guy.
Did the Lions maximize on him?
No, they wanted to help Matt out. So they helped Matt out by letting him go and letting him go to the Sunshine State.
Right. Well, that's all kumbaya and happy and everything, but I'm trying to win a championship too.
Well, I think everybody got what they wanted.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the Rams got them a quarterback who goes deep, and I think the Lions got a quarterback who is a game manager. a great game manager.
Well, so with that being said, why his success and why we haven't been as successful?
You have been successful. You've been more successful in these three years, in these 3
True.
years than you've ever been.
True, but he
So
never won an MVP here.
he has not won an MVP. All
He
I'm saying
never-
to you is
he
he's the
never won a
MVP of the
Super Bowl
team.
here.
He did win the MVP of the team, this team's MVP.
He was just the league MVP.
I'm talking about the Lion MVP was Jared Goff. Just telling
Right.
you.
But I'm saying
I'd
Matt
say this.
Stafford was the league
I know he is.
MVP.
I know. Look I get it. Matt Stafford had a better team than Jared Goff this year.
There you go.
This
That's
year.
what I'm.
Just this year, though. I know you got to go, and we got to go. We're going to go in a few. Let's do question of the day. Question of the day. And you threw it at me, Derek. You gave it to me. Are you taking Arizona and Michigan, or are you taking the
field?
The field.
Everyone else.
Right.
Everyone else or Michigan and Arizona.
Arizona or Michigan, or are you taking the field? That's the question of the day. I'm talking about basketball, people. I'm not talking football. I'm talking basketball. The current number 1 and number 2 team in the country could be opposite next week if everything works out. Everything's got to work out, you know? It's always moving. It's fluid. It's fluid. Who's that? You don't know. You want to know why you don't know, Derek?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
You don't know that one? Because you're on the radio when this show is on. It's fluid. It's fluid. It's fluid. Everybody else will know what it is, but I'm just saying. So you take Michigan. So I would take Michigan, Arizona over the field. That's easy said. That's me. I would take them. After watching that was the first time, probably the second time, because I watched Arizona take on BYU last week. And they beat the hell out of them. And then BYU made this feverish comeback, and it was just a great game. And then I watched that game last night. Arizona's good. Michigan is good too. So I'm taking those two over the field. I got them.
It's a tough one. It really is. But I'm with you though. I'm with you. I know the odds are better with the field, maybe, but seeing both these teams play, yeah,
exactly.
I'm taking top 2.
Right. I guess the other little question I got: who wins the Super Bowl next year? What team do you have? What team do you have right now in the rankings? I just gave it the big sweep. The Lions are 16. They finished 16 this season. Now, this is according to the Athletic. So, and I like the Athletic because my boy, I got a couple boys there. I got Austin Meeks and I got Nick Baumgartner, 2 great guys. So I take that in. But you heard it. You heard me say it. It's anybody who made the playoffs and then after the playoffs. So that's the power structure. That was the power, what they call. And of course, they made the Super Bowl champions number 1 right now. So I'm just letting you know, and they made the Rams, who we discussed. I didn't want to bring up Matthew Stafford again over that because Big Sweet loves to bring him up. But I'm just saying, are we done too? Are we done with the run? Big Sweet is alluding that we're done with the run.
You got some people to pay, yeah.
He thinks the Detroit Lions are done. I mean, he doesn't believe that they can make one more run. I think they make one more run or 2, maybe 2.
I'm ready for it, Jay.
Yeah, I'm telling you. All of that on the other side. Give us a call if you wanna have dialogue. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris and Derek Laughlin in for Matt Nisler. But hey, we're having a good time. Larry had to go. He had some issues that he needed to get taken care of, as you heard. But that being said, look, we did make question of the day. Is it Michigan, Arizona versus the field, or is it the field against Michigan, Alabama? I mean, Michigan, Arizona. I gotta get that right.
There's a lot of AR names, yeah. JMO. I mean, it's a tough one. It is. I mean, I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people would take the field over Michigan.
Actually,
Arizona.
I don't think so. I think
No?
everybody's looking for that one-hand wonder. Everybody wants to pick that one team, one guy. You know what I'm saying? And if it's in this area, I think everybody takes Michigan right now, but they're not sure because Michigan's got a tough schedule. I'll tell you that Michigan's got a tough schedule and everybody knows it. So they don't want to pick Michigan in that field just yet because Michigan's got Duke. They got Purdue. They got Illinois. And that's just a few teams that I can say that they have. But there's some teams that, and they're not sure about right now. Now, if I ask the same damn question towards the end of the season, yeah, they want to jump on it. Because then, I know. I would take that. I would do that. I would do that. I'm sure. I know it. And Arizona's got a tough schedule too. They got one. I mean, they've got the tough end of their schedule that they have to go through now. So, I mean, look, Michigan's got Purdue, they got Duke, they got Illinois, and they got the Spartans again at the end of the year, the last game. So it's not a we got this. We don't have to worry about this. No, you still got to play at a certain level. In Michigan, can they do it? Because they're human too. So I'm saying that it just is, you got to take care of business.
It's surprising to find out that they're human because, I mean, especially when they lost to Wisconsin and made it close with
Yep.
not Northwestern, sorry,
Penn
Penn State.
State, right?
I mean, it was definitely a comeback down to earth moment, but it bounced back. They're resilient.
You heard Yaxo say, we thought we could beat everybody. We thought we were. We weren't human. We were guys that could get it done, and these guys were going to fold under our pressure. No, you got to play the game, and you got to apply the pressure. You got to do the things that you're supposed to do. Now, I can foresee them beating everybody on the schedule, but they've got to play each and every game at that feverish pace that they play each and every time they take the floor. And that's what Dusty's telling them. So, yeah.
They got that standard, yep.
Exactly. You can beat Purdue. You can. It's been done. You can beat Duke. It's been done. You can beat Illinois. Sparty showed that can be done. I mean, yeah. Iowa's going to be a tough game because it's in Iowa. You're going on the road for your toughest games. You're going on the road. You're going to Purdue. It's a neutral site against Duke. You're going to Champaign. You're going to Iowa City, and then
going to Northwestern tomorrow night.
Exactly. So you got a tough schedule, but that's how you like it, right? That's the way you want it.
You don't want no cupcake ride. You know what I mean? Like you want to prove they've proven themselves, but I think it's to be March Madness ready. It's good to have that last couple of weeks just
right,
kind of a gauntlet.
Exactly. They deserve to be where they are right now. They've proven that. But now, are you a number one seed? Are you a top tier team? There's only two top tier teams. There's Arizona and Michigan. And do you agree? Maybe you don't. Let's go to Hadley, 734-998-1050. What's up, Hadley?
it was interesting on yesterday's show when you were asking all of us about the questions of the day and stuff like that. I think you got to do what you got to do, Jamie. But I think when you first get everybody on the air, that's what you got to say to them. What's the question of the day? And have them answer it, because nobody answered it yesterday.
So what's the question of the day, Hadley?
What's the question of the day today is, do you think Arizona and Michigan are the top two? No, I'm playing the field.
Okay.
I think there's too many other tough teams in there to, and what the top, I'm looking at the AP right now, and top 5 teams all have like one loss, I think.
Okay.
Maybe even the top 10 maybe one team has 2 losses. But there's only one loss between the first 5 or 6 teams in the AP poll right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about the schedule and everything else about what's going on. And, and I'll tell you, I didn't think we'd have a problem with Penn State. It was at home, of course. And I know you said, well, watch out. You never know. That's true. You never know. But they played, that was one of their best games they've played this year, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, Dusty reminded them of it. I mean, you get reminded of it, Hadley. If you got a coach that's going to remind you of it, what you did down in Happy Valley, I think that's what he was trying to get. He got what he was asking for. He got a determined team that was not going to mess around, and they didn't. I mean, that's what a coach is supposed to do. But he's got to do that every week.
Did you get the thing that Dusty did, I think, yesterday? Because it was on Ira's show this morning, and I didn't know if you had it. And I can't remember what it was about. Maybe it was about the preview of the next game, I think.
Wait a minute. I'll play it tomorrow. If I didn't play it today, I'll play it tomorrow.
Well, you usually are on top of these things.
I do. I wanted to go live though, and I can't play interviews when I go live.
No, I know. I'm not saying you have to do it right at this.
Oh, I'm not. Don't worry.
No, I know. It's just that's why when I listen to the morning show with Sam and stuff, and they play any podcast, I have to listen to the podcast, and of course, you can't play the whole interview. So right. I'll remind myself to, of course, listen to you, and then usually a lot of times you'll have Dusty or whoever, and and then you'll play it and stuff like that. So I just brought that up.
I had Dusty yesterday. I didn't. I had the post game from Saturday's game.
Let me ask, I don't know if you can know this, but when you played that interview thing with Dusty yesterday, was that the whole presser?
Yeah, that was the whole presser. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, because sometimes he goes longer than, normal. I think that one was only 10 minutes. Sometimes he goes 15. Sometimes he goes
20. I mean, that's on him. It's on him how long he wants to go. Him and Tom Wyrot.
Yeah, but if there's a lot of reporters there, they're going to ask questions and stuff.
No, it depends. It's at the coach's discretion. If he doesn't want to talk, he won't talk.
Who's the guy that says, okay, you can talk?
I just said Tom Wyrot.
Well, I didn't hear it.
Sorry.
Tom Wyrot. How long has he been there?
He's been there for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, he's in charge of the whole shebang. Huh? No
he's in charge of basketball. He's in charge of basketball, men's basketball, and the golf team.
And do you know, does Dusty pick the players he wants the reporters to talk to?
It's usually the guys that have the shining moment of the game.
Why does he talk to a little bit of everybody? Because we all like to hear from all these players. Eventually,
it's Dusty's discretion, and then it's the players' discretion.
I know
if they want to talk or not. Would you like
to hear from some of these players that haven't really played that much, just to see how they're doing, how they're feeling, and
You're the only one. Maybe you should come to pressers.
I should
get in your car, drive up here, and I'll get you in. Okay, let me know when you're coming. And I'll get you in, and you can ask to see any person you want.
Well, I'm not an official presser.
Well, I'll get you. As I said, I'll get you a little tag, and you can go in there. We got to give you now. Your phone can be a mic for it too. You got the recording, right? So you can record the kid too. Make sure you get the name right.
No, I'll do that. And then see, and that was the only question of the day you had, huh?
No,
Nothing else.
you just don't remember. You don't remember what? I mean,
what?
You're a Lions fan, don't you know? I mean, how you feel about the Lions? Right, their power rating is 16 now.
Right in the middle of the pack. I thought they would be higher than that. Well, I thought they'd be higher than that, to be honest with you, because they're going to get an easier schedule this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that doesn't mean they got that offensive line again. Their offensive line is coming apart now. The guys are getting older. They're retiring. Guys, you got to replace those guys. You know, they have all the key players. They have the running backs. They have the wide receivers. They have not the tight end just yet, but we'll see how he comes out. I mean, if they can stay healthy, they even got the defense.
Well, who's number one?
What do you mean? Who's number one?
Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, Seattle Seahawks. Hadley. I'm talking about the Lions. Stop talking about everybody else. I know. You know who number one is. And don't ask me who number two is, because you should have been listening.
Well, that was my next question.
Right. You should have been listening.
Who's the highest NFC team from the Central?
It would be from the Central?
Yeah. Chicago?
It'd be Chicago, yes. And then Green Bay.
All right. So I found out Max Crosby, he's been playing football for 7 years now. He's in the middle of a 3-year contract with the Raiders. He's being paid for 3 years over $100 million. Now, how much is Hutchinson making? I know he just re-signed a new one. He's not making as much as Crosby, that's for sure, because he hasn't played as long.
He's not. He hasn't played as long as Max Crosby.
All right. I don't think the Lions are going to buy his contract.
Yeah, it would have to get. Wait a minute, Max would have to do some negotiating too, and negotiate backwards a little bit, because he wants to be out of Vegas, right? So you got to make some concession.
Let me ask you this: do you think there's any other team in the NFL that would pay his contract right now?
I mean, any contender. I think there's a lot of contenders.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of contenders. I think. Look, I mean. I wouldn't put the Rams on. Off the table. I mean, the Rams would love to have them. I mean, they didn't play. They have some young players that didn't step up this year, that stepped up last year.
What LA team doesn't want more players? Look at the Dodgers.
I'm just telling you. I mean, you just named it. Hey, Max Crosby would be great with the Chargers.
He would.
He would be great for the Chargers because they need that defensive presence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Detroit needs more help on the line.
Look, Detroit can't. You just told me, and I agree with you. They can't pay him. They can't afford him.
I think they could, but like you said too, maybe Goff would have to give him more money. Hey, Goff, can we have?
Why is everybody going to Jared's? Why is everybody going to Jared's pockets? Everybody wants Jared's pockets.
You just said you brought it up when we mentioned it.
No, when I said it last time, I said it yesterday. He did give money. He gave $3 million back.
I know that, but now you're saying he should give more.
I didn't say he should. No, that was Big Sweet, and maybe and Derek saying that, not me. I didn't say pay that man some money.
Ask Demo or Amon-Ra. You know, I don't want it to be like a bad taste in all the players' mouth. I mean, I don't think so. Max Crosby, those guys would be ecstatic.
Remember, David Montgomery may not be around, so his contract may be gone. Just saying.
We got to pay some people too.
Right.
Though. I mean, it's.
What do you think they'll do about that for the running back?
I don't know. It's really up to David Montgomery. Can you handle Jahmyr Gibbs being the starter and getting the majority of the carries?
Is he unrestricted?
No, he's not unrestricted. They'll come to him. They may tell his agent, hey, why don't you go out and, pitch David around a little bit and let us know, get back to us.
Okay.
All
right.
They could do that.
Jamie, just move on to the Olympics real quick. Are you going to watch any of the USA hockey?
I am going to watch the USA hockey, Hadley.
Thursday at 3:00, I think, against Latvia. That's
right.
game number
we're going
one.
to be on. It'll be on television for us because we're going to be on the radio.
And Derek, do you know that they have four in hockey? Is it four? What do they call them?
Divisions?
The USA USA. There's four of them.
I think there's
3 teams.
I think there's. They call them groups. I think there's 3 groups. Group A, Group B, Group C. I think.
Right.
I'm pretty sure there's 3.
So there's 4 groups of 3 teams each, something like that.
Let me make sure real quick.
Because what I was getting at is, I would just wonder how many games the USA would have to play to get to the gold medal round. I just wonder. It's a round robin, I'm sure.
I'm sure it is.
There's 3 groups: Group A, Group B, and
Group C.
Okay. All right. So and you play everybody in your own group, and then you probably play everybody.
Yeah, you got to play your group, right?
Yeah.
Beat everybody in your group and move on.
And move on to sing. Okay. Well, the Olympics have been interesting, so
What does interesting mean?
They haven't been controversial yet, and you always get some kind of controversy.
Well, there's some controversy going on. They don't like the flip by the skater.
Judges, well, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that's controversy.
Well, what happened?
It says they don't like it. It's very controversial. I will send it to you, Hadley.
Oh, the flip.
Yes, the flip.
Okay,
yes.
I got you.
The
well,
backflip was stunning,
but
the move has a controversial history.
I see. Okay. Well, move on. Ask your question of the day, and we'll talk tomorrow.
I did ask my question of the day.
to the other people.
I will ask them again. Some people like to pop on and talk about something else, and I let them do it. I know,
but you always want the question of the day answered first.
It would be nice, It would be nice. We don't. We don't try to. We don't try to give you a real head teaser anyway. You take the field. Or do you take Michigan and Arizona? That's all. And you're taking the field. I remembered yours. Why don't you remember mine?
I remember mine. You remember yours?
I just told you I remembered yours. You didn't remember mine.
No, I remember yours. You took Michigan and Arizona.
Oh, wow. Charlie's going to Florida State. Charlie Wood commits to play golf at Florida State as part of his recruiting class. Oh, wow. Look at that. Charlie, he was just a pup. Philly, hold on. We'll get you on the other side of this break. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. Got to talk about the fight.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Laughlin in doing his thing. Did you play any Bad Bunny today? Do you know?
I don't think that was in the thing today.
We do have Bad Bunny. We played it a couple times.
Oh,
I'm just letting you know. I'm just telling you.
I gotta add some.
I mean, there's some. I mean, I just. I mean, they were like, "Jane, that's Bad Bunny." I'm like, "Okay, thank you for playing it." Now everybody else can hear it. There you go. So, I mean, it's just having some fun. Anyway, University of Michigan or Arizona against the field. The field. Do you just pick those two, or do you go with the field? And Philly E, I am guessing you are taking the field too. Did I lose? Philly E?
My bad.
Hello. I'm guessing you took the field.
You damn Skippy. Listen, I learned my lesson as a young fan in the 80s. I said, when I saw that Perkins and Jordan and Kenny Smith, when they got knocked out early by Uwe freaking Blob and a freshman named Steve Alford, and prior to that, I've seen St. Joe's knock off DePaul, but of course DePaul was not. They were notorious.
DePaul
chokers.
was not DePaul.
Yeah, but they were notorious chokers. Phi Slamma Jamma, right?
Yep.
Here's a great one. Ralph Sampson never even made the final game.
He never sniffed the finals. The only reason
he went to one Final Four, but he never went to the finals.
The only reason he got to play Patrick Ewing's because they scheduled that game.
Well, there's another one. The 85 Georgetown team. I mean, who would you have taken against them? Maybe St. John's because they beat them earlier in the year.
They should have drug tested that team before it went on the floor. I'm talking about Villanova.
Well, there was one guy for sure. Hey, man, all the coke in the world doesn't mean you're going to shoot 79% from the field. Yes, folks, you heard that right. 79%.
It was falling. It was raining that day. It was raining.
Well, here's the best part about it. They shot 79% for the game, and Georgetown lost by a bucket.
Exactly.
That's how good they were. So, and this is for Big Sweet. Bill Laimbeer, yes, he could shoot. Bill Laimbeer was as dirty as and as physical he could be. His offensive game was pretty much more perimeter.
Oh, he had that shot. He had that 3-point shot.
You know what? He was a stretch five before we even knew what a stretch five was.
He was. I didn't even think about that. Him as a stretch five.
Now, here's where I got to start lighting some asses. All right?
Come on with it.
Cam Jordan really upsets me.
Why? That kid plays really well.
Do you know who his father is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, he was one of the premier tight ends in all of football.
Right.
Played for the Minnesota Vikings.
Right.
One of the biggest upsets in playoff history. History. They went to Candlestick Park, a huge underdog, and they upset them. And here's why he ought to know this. His father was a big part of that team. AC got 227 yards receiving.
AC had an incredible game, yes.
Joe Montana gets yanked. When the hell have you seen? So, I mean, there's a whole lot of reasons why, not to mention the 87 49ers were going to go down as arguably the greatest team in NFL. They were setting records.
Was that a 3-peat? Was that a 3-peat?
Well, no, this was kind of the newer crop of guys. This isn't not like the 81 and 84 guys. So this is with Jerry Rice.
Right.
These other teams are without, right?
Yep.
And the Vikings upset them. And it's not like me and you had to look in a book and see Alan Amici scoring a touchdown in overtime at Yankee Stadium in a black and white picture. Like, your father played. He's a contemporary. He played against this man. He played against them 3 years in a row, no less. That's the best part about it. So the Vikings score this historic upset, and in the rematch in '88, Roger Craig goes out the door to clinch the game. It was a blowout. He goes out there like 80 yards, and clearly he had over 100 yards. And the next year in '89, so they played him 3 years in a row, and the Vikings got destroyed in '88 and '89. But Roger Craig ran all over him in '88 and '89. So it's like, dude, really? I don't get it. Like, you can YouTube these games. Your father probably had. You never sat down and said, "Hey, you know what? We beat Jerry Rice. Watch it." Pop the tape in. When the kid was about 10. Yeah, watch this. Yeah, that's Daddy. Yeah, look what we did. We beat the great Jerry Rice. Oh, look, here's Joe Montana getting yanked to the game. Oh, by the way, know what else? It was a glimpse of the future. That was the year Steve Young was taken off the scrap heap.
Right.
And they actually yanked Joe in the second half, and they put him in there for his mobility. But nobody knew that Steve Young, because let's face it, he was a USFL cast.
Yeah, he was a cast off.
I mean?
Yeah.
And then he went to Tampa Bay. He got his face smashed in the snow against Green Bay. Bad Green, but the old Bay of Pigs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember those games.
Well, the young bucks don't realize that. The Green Bay.
But see, nobody would know
jokes.
Bay of Pigs if you said Bay of Pigs because
Right.
they didn't know that they were in that division. Nobody knew Tampa Bay's in there. They just threw Tampa Bay in there.
No, you were sent that if you got sent to Green Bay, and I said the great John Jefferson. Gene Klein fixed his ass.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
He said, "Oh, you don't want to play with the Chargers? No
Right.
problem." We shipped him.
To Green Bay, but he balled out up there.
He was good there. Yeah, but Green Bay wasn't. They were competitive, but it's Green Bay. Now you say that to somebody that's 40 or younger today, they look at you like you're crazy.
Green Bay. I remember Green Bay, and their head coach was Bart Starr. I remember that. That was the worst team. I said, and I had to ask, who is this coach? It's Bart Starr. I went like this. Didn't he play quarterback? He stinks.
And then they had after that, Forrest Gregg left the Bengals after going to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And he went there, remember? Yeah.
I don't even know why Forrest Gregg did he get fired at Cincinnati?
You know what? Sam Weiss replaced him. I don't think so.
Well, why did he leave?
Guess. I know one.
Well, he did.
Year would have been, I'm going to say 83.
Right. He did play there. He did play in Green Bay, so it could be a place he wanted to coach.
No, he's a legend. In fact, Lombardi said that is the greatest player he ever coached. Was Forrest Gregg. He was the greatest player he ever coached. So there's mad respect there. So I don't think he was fired, but hey, I might be wrong. You know what I mean? What was the other thing? Oh, and the media continues to get on my absolute last nerve. I saw this thing this morning with Ryan Clark. He said he got up there, and I guess it was an outdoor studio, something.
Right? Yeah, they're doing Disney World now. Disneyland. Excuse me, land.
And here's this guy, right, on the float, in his moment in the sun. And you got Steve Clark over there trashing him, saying, "Oh, I just in the NFC alone, he would take 8 quarterbacks." Now, first of all, can the dude have? He got his balls broken all up until the game, 2 weeks. Oh, people rooting against him for some reason. People rooting against Sam Darnold, like he's the worst quarterback that ever lived. And now he wins the game. And granted, he wasn't great. But we all know he played great in the game that really, really mattered, which was the Rams game.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That was the real Super Bowl.
It was.
So this just validated it, right? This was the rubber stamp. Can we give the dude a little credit? And we got to throw dirt in this guy's face. He's going down the street in a float, and you're sitting there on stage saying, I'd take 8 guys from the NFC alone. And quite frankly, Where's all this street cred for this freaking love moron in Green Bay? I'm so sick of it. He beat Dallas in Dallas, How many years ago, and what has Dallas been before or since? Right? They haven't since. And Purdy, come on. Like, you could have said Purdy a couple of years ago, not now. Like, in the last 2 years, you're really going to take Brock Purdy over Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold, come on. Look what he's done in the last 2 years. Give the dude a little freaking credit.
They're not going to give him that because he didn't survive in New York, the Mecca, as
But
they
nobody
say.
does.
I know.
Brett's-
There's only
Brett
one
Favre,
number
the
one
Creek couldn't
pick.
survive
There's
there.
only
They were
one number
grown-ass
one pick
veterans.
that survived the Mecca. One number one pick, first overall.
Who survived? You were talking about New York or the Jets?
I'm talking about the Giants.
Oh, well, that's Eli.
Oh, I forgot about Eli. I didn't even.
Yeah,
include,
Eli
I didn't
was
even.
fine.
I didn't include him. I'm talking.
Phil Simms.
I'm talking about Phil Simms.
Are
Are you kidding me? Phil Simms.
Phil Simms was the number one pick out of Moorhead.
That's what I said.
But,
That's what I was talking about. That's the number one
I
guy.
thought you were going more recent. than
No,
that.
I don't care about. Wait a minute, Eli's a joke. They babied him. They babied him and babied him. He got babied out of San Diego and got to the Giants. Think about that. So they babied him.
Yeah, this is true. And but Phil Simms, like I said, he couldn't stay on the field his first 5
Well,
years.
they were killing him. He was getting no blocking.
Well, they weren't exactly great. So when Perkins got there and we got Lawrence in '81, when they finally were good, he was nowhere to be seen.
Well, it took time. They had to build that offense. That offense, it was really Parcells that built that offense. A run first, pass second. Remember their wide receivers? Come on, their wide receivers. Come on, McConkey.
Bobby Johnson. Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Manuel. It was Manuel too. Wasn't his name Manuel?
Yeah, Lionel Manuel.
Yes, there you go. See? And then you had Bavaro.
Oh, he was awesome. Yeah.
You can't forget Bavaro. What?
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
No.
He's a bad dude, man. I don't know if he has great career numbers, but man, I mean, he was a Hall of Fame player.
He is a Hall of Fame tight end. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a bunch of catches. He's got key catches, but he doesn't have a bunch of catches. He did a lot of blocking for Parcells and different things like that. So he doesn't get his credit.
You remember he played with the broken jaw? He had his jaw wired shut.
Right.
He's a bad dude, man. He really was. But Big Sweet, that's probably it's part of it. Like, and I blame a lot of it is on social media and the media in general.
What?
So you get that kind of, the fact that like this generation doesn't know anything anymore, and everything's at their fingertips.
It is at their fingertips. They just don't want to look it up, and it's boring to them.
Watching Joe Montana in a playoff game is boring. I mean, that's what gives you context of what you're. Like I said, well, I ain't going to say that line again, but that's what gives you context of what you're watching today. That's why I almost died when I heard those guys in the morning. And I don't mean our guys. I mean ESPN people when they were saying that Jaden Daniels is the greatest rookie in the history. And I was like, you know what? You don't deserve a paycheck for saying something that outrageous, absolutely outrageous. I could throw out Lawrence Taylor, Jim Brown, Earl Campbell. In fact, there was 2 on one team in the same draft. How about Gale Sayers and Dick Butkus? Really? I mean, these are guys that literally changed the game. And you're going to throw out Jaden Daniels. Not real great rookie year. Don't get me wrong. Real great rookie. But come on. Don't go out and throw stuff like that around when I just dropped the names that I just dropped. Give me a freaking break. And that's what it is. And this is Cohen, who he thinks he's a goddamn savant. Come on, dude, give me a break. Anyway, and here's part of the reason why. When you throw out the narrative, like today, we went right back to the Dallas Cowboy nonsense. Like we're one day removed from the Super Bowl hype, and we got to default right back to Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, who've done nothing in the last 30
I didn't bring
years.
up the Cowboys today. I have
No,
not.
you did, and because you know why? Because there was no reason to. They're not a playoff team.
They're not.
And they haven't been a playoff team.
I mean,
certainly not a championship team for how many decades, and yet this is your go-to first thing? That's what the first thing you're going to go to? There's a reason why the fan base is the way it is today. Because the freaking media is a bunch of imbeciles.
No, you're right.
And speaking of imbeciles, let me get to this before I go.
You got time.
Our boy up the street, you know, there's really something wrong with him.
What did you? Oh,
you know, I've said this a lot, and I've experienced with people that from my own family. Whatever little idiosyncrasies and quirks you have in your 30s and 40s, well, by the time you're in your 60s and 70s, they're on steroids. So whatever flaw you have now at 40, yo, Jack, you're going to be getting on some serious nerves in another 15 years because it's heightened big time. Well, I think that's part of the explanation of what's going on up in East Landfill, Michigan. They're really like, you're trying to tell me now, like, if this guy can't control this freaking kid, like, can the Big Ten step in? Clearly, Petiti believes everybody else's story when it comes to something stupid. But this is literally blatant and on, you know, it's on.
So wait a minute. So you thought he tripped that kid too?
Oh, without question. Without question.
Really?
Dude, the donkey kick thing. Somebody's guarding you, not punching you in the back of the head, but somebody's just guarding you. And you're gonna, dude, I've been watching sports since 1973. I have never seen anything remotely close to that. Remotely close to that. That kid needed to sit. And if that freaking creep up, of course, now you realize the creep, anytime you look for him to act like the dean of the Big Ten, he acts like an idiot. You know, with the Nasser thing. Oh, I hope they got the right guy. Really? Nah, you're right. I guess he must be drinking with OJ because they both must have been looking for Nicole Brown's killer too. I mean, give me a break. I hope they got the right guy. Nah, they just scooped this guy up out of nowhere. What about the runway incident? You think the dean of the Big Ten would have stepped up and moved a couple games around so our kids didn't have to play in practice uniforms? But nah, anytime you need him to act like a real leader, nah, we'll just have Michigan go out there, play the first game in practice uniforms. All it took was everybody to move their slot one time slot. You think he would have stood up and done that? Nah, because we can't ask the dean to actually act like a real leader. And then finally, after the kicking of balls incident, what was his comment? What's his comment now that he thinks that other teams are baiting Jeremy?
Well, they are baiting. Wait a minute. You don't think they're baiting him now? I mean, they are baiting him.
But here's the thing. Let me ask you something. I want to know the human being, the man that's walking the earth today or in history that baits someone else to kick him in the balls. I want to find that guy.
I don't think he baited it to kick him in the balls. I don't think he bait that. I think he.
Hey, let me get on this guy so I can get kicked in the balls. I mean, there's something. This dude is a malaka to the nth degree.
Oh.
And if he can't stand up and bench this kid for a game, then damn it, where's our boy Tony Petiti?
I don't think the commissioner wants to get into. I don't know where the commissioner is now. He's still working on his 24 teams getting into the college football playoffs.
Yeah, right.
You know that. He's still working on that. He's working on that deal.
We're looking on Stadion's mother's phone footage, like,
right.
Yeah, it's this most important footage since the Zapruder film.
Right.
Yeah.
He's still trying to get Connor too. Still trying to work on Connor.
It kind of looks like now when you look at that coaching staff and what they're doing today, like winning Super Bowls and being on staff on Super Bowl teams or playoff teams, maybe it was the coaching
Don't
Yeah,
forget.
and the best part of it is nobody ever. Yeah, we've got Partridge on staff. There, and
Nobody
he's the
brings
one
his
that,
name up
lost his-
anymore. His name is not. He's not known for anything anymore.
Well, it's funny how like he got kicked to the curb over this whole. He destroyed evidence, and of course, a couple of years later, oh no, he didn't do anything. Well, dude only lost his job, and you destroyed his credibility throughout football by saying he destroyed evidence. Like, come on, man. Step in and do something to sit this freaking kid down, and maybe he'll learn. Because if you don't do anything, guess what? He feels like he can. He's
it's going to the. It'll go to the next level. And
right.
And you saw that fight last night. Ain't nobody putting up with that. Ain't nobody putting up with that.
Because you brought up a great point. Because it's going to escalate. He's going to piss off the wrong kid, and then it's going to escalate to a big thing. Then he's going to who's going to be like, oh, I guess, him, I guess. Anyway, talk to y'all tomorrow. Go Blue.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Philly. He's got a lot of points. We need to talk about that later on. Maybe talk about it tomorrow. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. I'm just saying, Philly, he's always full of it, or just full of knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Philly's always got the good takes.
He does.
I always like listening to him.
He does.
Hey, look what's on TV right now. The Olympics. They got the single bobsled teams and stuff.
Yeah, that girl was bumping. You see her bump the wall a couple times? She was freaking out for a second, and the team went, oh no.
Some high speed there.
We gotta go today, but we'll be back tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.